All right, so this is a file I pulled from the internet. It's not from any Bothell course because uh, like I don't want to be showing people's internal courses, but I probably will make like a YouTube video on how to do this because I think people should know this is possible using these tools. In this here is something that you can see. It's from 2000, but it's not that far from some stuff that you do find in courses from time to time. Instructors will show calculus and they'll use a doc cam and they'll take notes. They'll work through problems in class and then they'll provide the class the PDF of those, or they've written it out and they've written it out carefully, and they'll provide the PDF as solutions to homework problems. Like they'll work through the homework problem and show the students how they worked through it. This is a lot of times is the format that is natural for instructors to provide. They've done these problems by hand their whole life. And so the question was, can we use Claude Code to process this? And so I'm not going to go through exactly what I did here, but I made a course in Canvas. I just put this lecture in, and then I have this thing I've been working on since like 9 o'clock this morning and 6:45 at night that is trying to create wiki pages based on PDFs that have editable equations in them. That is, not only is it in a Canvas wiki page, but it's inserted in that wiki page in a particular way so that Canvas lets the user use the equation editor to edit it. So again, this is what we're trying to remediate here. And this is what we built a Claude Code based process using Claude Code skills to look at. And then this is what it produces. If we go to the pages, we go to lecture 22. And here's what this looks like, right? So here is the original notes. Here are the original notes. And here is the transcription of that page below it. So you see here, I'll read this horribly, right? But like integral df over dx to df over dx. I don't know this math, I have to admit. But the important thing about me not knowing the math is that's exactly why it's important that the instructor be able to edit this output. And so is that possible here? Let's say, I don't see any error here, but let's say instead of 5x over here, we wanted 4x, or actually 5x to the 5th or something, right? Let's kind of make it up. So if we look at this here and we see integral with respect to x undoes the derivative with respect to x. And so what's right under there? Let's find that equation. 5x to the 4th. We'll edit that equation and we can do 5x. You see where it's down here. We can do 5x to the 5th. And that should automatically update there. Now this looks like gibberish to you and I, but just to be clear, this is LaTeX, which is the natural, if you're going to do markup, is the way that most people that do markup for papers they submit and things like that. It's the way that they write it out. If you wanted to, equations that aren't too complex can be edited just using these sorts of operators. In this case, because it's a complex equation, it can't be done that way. But anyway, we're done here. We've added this. We've actually made it wrong because it actually caught it the right way. But now you see that equation is correct here. And we can go down and we can go to the next page and so forth. X 3 over 2 over 3, it's got that right. But again, if we wanted to go there and let's say it was wrong, and we wanted to, I don't know, if we wanted to change this fraction to, 4/2. You can see that it's changed 4/2. In this case, we have the option too. If we wanted to just edit it using these, we could edit it using these. But I think this is a maintainable solution to our problem of handwritten notes. It gives us something, gives us a visible transcription. It's editable. It's maintainable by the instructor. It doesn't give up the handwritten notes, which, at least while a person is editing, can be the ground truth. And I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. How did I get it to do it? Again, I built these things called Claude Code skills that are difficult to describe, but I'll just have to describe how I did it somewhere. But just to be clear, it's a little bit using Claude Code. It's the only thing I know that can do this sort of structure that I'm using, the structure that I'm making. But it's also a lot what we build for the prompts that Claude Code is using. Maybe I can just show you a little bit of them, what they look like. They're gonna look really complex. Get the one we're using for, it's the PDF transcripts is the one that we're using that's generating these HTML files. And that one uses, I was like, the Deja Vu font is actually for the text layer on the PDF. Again, this might be getting too deep into it, but this is what it looks like. You go through and you do it. You say, look, here's a strategy. We'd like you to try to use this strategy. Try these things in this order if things don't work, and so forth. And a lot of this is, again, we try things until they work, and then when something works, we have it write it to its skill file. So I'm not in here writing this stuff. I'm trying various things. I'm seeing if it's approaching it in a smart way. When it approaches in a smart way, I'm saying, okay, now put what you just did into that skill file, and let's make sure that you do it that way next time. And then what we get at the end of this, is is this, which I don't know. I think this is pretty. I think this is pretty amazing. Example, and again, all editable by the instructor. So, all right, that is what I did with, oh my gosh, it's 7. All right, I gotta go watch a film or something. See you later.